Just to begin this video, for those that don't know where we are on the Barron River. This is the major river that flows into the sea from the collecting mountains around us, as you can see. So when Cyclone Jasper blew itself out into a rain depression and dropped an absolute massive amount of rain in the area, all of this river rock that you can see was literally moved down the river into this area now. It's just phenomenal to see how much rock it has moved. So this path here is a common path that runs across the Barron River, and you can just see how much rock has been moved. This path would have normally been clear. And this rock just extends in either direction, all the way to the bridge, and all the way on the other side, as you just saw previously. So now we're walking towards the Earlville side of the bridge, so that would be heading south towards Earlville, which is just a suburb south of Cairns. And as you can see, the amount of rock that's been moved is absolutely phenomenal, as well as just taking trees and just ripping them out of their mountings in the ground and just setting them straight down river, just as if they had no strength at all. You can see all of the trees and flotsam that's just been dragged down the river. Just truly phenomenal. In some ways it looks a little bit like a moonscape. So forgive the shakes as I'm walking over all of this. Just to try to give you some idea. I mean, some of these rocks here have been literally washed up into this spot. I mean, these are not small rocks. There's like fairly sizable rocks just been washed down the river. As you can see here, this rock is quite a sizable piece of rock, and it's just been washed down the river. As you can see, the trees. And just to give you some idea of the level that the water went to, right now we're on the walk path, but then as I progress up this tree here, you can see the grasses and whatever that were coming down the water as I was passing through this area caught in this tree, and it just extends right up to the top of this tree, and the water would have most likely gone over the top of that again. It is just unbelievable. And from the walkway to the top of that tree that I'm pointing at now would have to be a good 6 meters. And so here's another example of just what's been washed up and smashed into this area here, and where I'm standing is probably a good 2 meters above the water level. And then when you go up this side of the bank, you can see all the rock that's been washed down there. And as we come across, this will give you an idea of just how powerful the water flow is. It's stripped the top layer of bitumen off the bridge as this water's just come across just completely stripped the bitumen away. And now as we pan out to the bridge, and then I'll zoom in and you'll see all the trees and whatnot that are just piled up against the bridge, of which what I believe some have been removed already, just massed up against the pylon. You can see all the trees just piled up. Just quite impressive water flows. So now as I pan back, it gets quite interesting because the river sand that's pushed up over the top of this walk path, it's probably a good 1.5 meters of sand that's just been dumped over the top of this area. So you can see the bike in the background to give you an idea of the height of this river sand and pebbles that's just been washed over. Still going up. And that's, well, lovely, beautiful. Give me a wave. And then we'll just zoom in on some of these trees. So from here we'll just walk down a little more. Yeah. Here there's rocks and whatnot, just being hurled straight over the path. So I would take it that a lot of these rocks here, looking up, most likely weren't there before the flooding. And again, as we walk across the path, you'll see all the material that's just been deposited, which is really quite impressive. Just the power of the water flow that's come through here is just staggering. So that's our short tour of the Barron River in the Red Lynch area. I guess you could call it the Red Lynch overpass, whatever the bridge is called.